Can you imagine walking along a beach on Mars? Sounds crazy, right? Well, brand new discoveries suggest it might have actually happened. Since the 1970s, scientists have believed Mars wasn't always the dry, dusty planet we see today. Early spacecraft sent back some pretty mysterious photos, but up until now it was all just theory. Now, thanks to China's Zhurong rover, we might have the strongest proof yet. Mars may not only have had a massive ocean, but actual white sandy beaches, just like here on Earth. Want to find out how this discovery could flip everything we thought we knew about Mars, and maybe even about life beyond Earth? Stick around. The red planet. Mars, our closest neighbor in the solar system, is bone dry and dusty. You won't find a single drop of liquid water anywhere on the surface. Fast forward a few millennia, but astronomers believe it wasn't always that way. In fact, they think that billions of years ago, Mars was much warmer and wetter than it is today. Still no clear agreement. While it's pretty much accepted that Mars had water in the past, scientists still argue about how much there was and what form it took. The ocean theory. For quite some time now, researchers have suspected that the northern part of Mars might once have been covered by a vast ocean, complete with waves crashing onto sandy shores. Fresh evidence. And according to a recent study published in the Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences, they might finally have proof. Decades of searching. The hunt for signs of an ancient Martian ocean isn't anything new. It's been going on since the 1970s. Early missions, NASA's Mariner 9 and Viking 2 missions, were the first to spot features that could hint at past water on Mars. The Hesperian period. Both spacecraft took images of parts of the Martian surface believed to date back to the Hesperian period, between 3.7 and 2.9 billion years ago. Mariner 9, the massive canyons captured by Mariner 9 have often been seen as signs that water once flowed on Mars, underground water bursts. That said, scientists think those canyons were actually formed by huge underground water explosions, not standing bodies of water. Viking 2's photos, however, showed what looked a lot like a coastline in the northern hemisphere of Mars. A jagged coastline. Unlike the smooth coastlines we see on Earth, though, Mars's possible shoreline looks extremely uneven. Big height differences. In fact, some of the images show variations in elevation of up to 10 kilometers. Blame it on volcanoes. According to experts at UC Berkeley, volcanic activity could have reshaped the coastline over time, making it look so messy. Until recently. But up until the latest study, there was still no rock-solid proof that Mars ever had an ocean. Enter the Zhurong rover. That's where China's Zhurong rover and its ground-penetrating radar came in, landing in Utopia, Planitia. Zhurong touched down on Mars in May 2021 and spent about a year exploring. Its playground, a region called Utopia Planitia, a field of ridges. Utopia Planitia is a massive plain, sitting inside the largest impact basin we know of on Mars, near a bunch of ridges in the northern hemisphere. Suspected shoreline. Scientists have long suspected those ridges could be the remnants of an ancient coastline. Zhurong's journey. Once it landed, Zhurong traveled across the ridges, collecting data from up to 80 meters, around 260 feet, below the Martian surface. Digging deeper, the most interesting findings came from between 10 and 35 meters below the ground. Beach-like structures. Down there, the rover picked up signs of sediment layers that look a lot like what we find on Earth's beaches. Grain size. They even measured the particle sizes, and they matched the size of regular sand grains. What it looked like. At first, the study's authors thought the layers might be old sand dunes or ancient lava flows. Turns out, coastal sediments. But in the end, they concluded that what they found looked way more like coastal sediments. Shoreline deposits. According to the researchers, Zhurong may have stumbled onto what's called shoreline deposits. How they're formed. These kinds of deposits take millions of years to build up, as tides and waves push sediments back toward the ocean. Hints of waves. The discovery got scientists excited because shoreline deposits hint that there were once waves. A dynamic interface. And if there were waves, that means there was a dynamic interface between air and water, the same kind of environment that helped kickstart life on Earth. big implications. Scientists are still unpacking what all this could mean, but some believe it might totally rewrite Mars's climate history. The discovery of possible ancient beaches on Mars could change everything we know about the red planet, and even about how life might have started elsewhere in the universe. If you enjoyed this content and want to see more amazing discoveries like this, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss anything.